YouTube, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Gunplay TV, and as we can see here on the table today, we've got yet another product from the guys at Vedder holsters. So if you watched the previous video on the IWB LightTuck from Vedder, you probably saw a sneak peek of this. This is the ComfortTuck holster, again, from the guys at Vedder out of Florida. Now, there's a few things to point out, both pros and cons for this particular holster, and we'll take a look at that here in a bit. But before we go any further, I'm gonna ask that you pause this video now, scroll down, take a look for that subscribe button, and once you found it, go ahead and give that a click for me. I do appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Reach for the sky.
Now, once more, the guys at Vedder Holsters out of Florida have provided yet another holster for those of us who are looking for something quick and easy that'll get us out there and give us the ability to carry right out of the box. Now, once more, coming in at a very low price, or fair price I should say, of $69.99, this is the ComfortTuck inside the waistband holster. Now, of course, what's gonna make this different from your traditional inside the waistband Kydex holsters is, of course, as we can already see, this is something of a hybrid solution. Now, when I say hybrid, I say that because there are two materials primarily that are being leveraged here, right? One of which is Kydex, which we've all come to know and love, a very reliable, sturdy material. Not the best against your skin sometimes, right? But again, provides very good retention and protection for your pistol or your handgun while it's locked in. Now, the second material that's going to be used here is actually going to be a leather backing, okay? And so this leather backing is going to sit up against the skin. It's going to provide you quite a bit more comfort, hence the name, right? ComfortTuck, as you carry for extended periods. Now, one thing also to note about this holster is that at least is not designed to be an appendix or kind of upfront carry style solution. This is more or less going to be aimed at those of you who prefer to carry at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, maybe far back as 5 o'clock, and really again want something that's going to sit comfortably against your skin as you carry that for extended periods. Now, once more, making sure that the firearm that we're going to be using here is safe, and of course we are in a safe, controlled environment. This is the Smith & Wesson SD9. Now, this is a pistol that I've seen a lot on YouTube. In fact, we'll be doing a review of this here shortly as well. But again, a pistol that I found was relatively difficult to find a good holster for, right? And so when Vedder reached out and said, hey, we want to send you some product for the table, I specifically requested that they send something for the SD9. Again, just because I haven't seen much on this particular pistol as far as carry solutions go, but I do see quite a bit of the pistol on YouTube. Now, not to bash Blackhawk at all, but this is the existing holster that was being used for this particular SD9. Now, as you can see, right, it's a bit mediocre, right? It slides in and off of the belt, quick and easy, but aside from that, there really isn't much to be loved about this holster, right? It does, at the end of the day, meet the technical requirements, at least in my mind, for a holster, right? It has a clip, which does have an underhook to clip against your belt, and it does seem to protect that trigger and trigger guard decently well. But we can already see, right, the screw is backing out there. This clip is made of plastic. And so when Vedder reached out and said, hey, we've got some holsters we want to send you, we got some goodies we want to put across the review table, I specifically, again, requested one for the SD9. Now, again, with this ComfortTuck option, you are going to have two materials, right? And so as we take a look around this particular holster, we can see that, at least on this side, right, we've got full protection and full coverage of that trigger and trigger guard, right? We shouldn't see any inadvertent trigger pull, which again is going to be imperative in my mind to having a quality holster. Flipping it over to the other side, right, as it sits up against your body, we've got leather here, right? And so this leather, again, doesn't look to allow to provide any access to that trigger or within that trigger guard, so I'm happy to see that. But furthermore, one thing that I will point out about this holster is going to be the two steel or spring steel clips. Now, we pointed out the existing Blackhawk holster that we were using previously, kind of cheap polymer clip. In fact, I'm surprised that it hasn't broken to this point. You are going to have two Vedder style metal clips on the ComfortTuck. Now, again, I've said in my previous videos about Vedder, I really do like the inclusion of metal clips. In fact, whenever I buy a holster, especially inside the waistband, I will typically opt to spend a few extra dollars to get a solid metal clip that I know is going to give me longevity. Now, the downside to a metal clip is that, hey, it might run up against your shirt, your pants, and cause premature wear on your clothing. But at the end of the day, right, we carry for protection in case of emergency, right? And so that we can protect those people that we love and cherish. And ultimately, a few holes in my clothing, I think, is worth the price of a reliable carry solution. Now, one other thing about the ComfortTuck here, right? It being a hybrid solution, you do not have adjustable retention on the pistol. Now, when compared to the LightTuck, which we saw previously, right, we can typically tighten down this claw spring or this claw O-ring, if you will, right, to get as much or little retention as you like. That is not an option on this particular solution. So again, something to keep in mind when looking at the Vedder ComfortTuck. However, you do still have a bit of adjustability out of the box, right? And Vedder has kind of considered those of us who might want to carry further above the waistband or lower, right? And so this holster will actually accommodate either or. You can see if we flip it over here, we've got 3 additional holes that we can quickly and easily relocate just by popping a screw out and relocating these clips into some of these additional holes, and that's going to adjust how deep or how high above the waistband that your particular pistol is going to sit. So again, Vedder has considered at least a degree of adjustability here. Of course, adjustability being a major concern when it comes to inside the waistband holsters. Now, in addition to the ComfortTuck that we see here, there is a particular model that I would say is very similar in design that I did not actually have the pleasure of receiving from the guys at Vedder, and that's going to be the RapidTuck. Now, I'll roll some footage of that up on the screen, but it's essentially a ComfortTuck that is slimmed down a bit. So instead of having your clips on the far sides like you do with the ComfortTuck, you're going to have a single clip on the firearm or on the Kydex itself, very similar to what you get with a LightTuck or otherwise. So that is another option, again, for those of us who like to carry around our hip or 3 or 4 o'clock area. And again, you know, both of these, of course, with, you know, their system, they certainly will allow you to carry at appendix. I don't believe that they have been designed with that in mind, but I imagine that there's going to be a customer out there that finds that to be more conducive to them. And I think that if that was your desire and you want something with this kind of hybrid leather Kydex construction, I would take a look at the RapidTuck. Again, it only having 1 clip, I think, will lend itself a bit better to appendix carry. And it is, of course, going to be a cant adjustable clip, very similar to what you'd get on the Vedder LightTuck holster. So again, if you like that hybrid design, feel free to check out the ComfortTuck and, of course, the RapidTuck as well. Now, all in all, considering that I'm very much new to these hybrid, you know, 2-part holsters, I'm pretty pleased with this, right? It is a quality design. The one thing that I do wish we had is, again, more retention or ability to adjust the retention there on the firearm. This isn't gonna allow you to do cartwheels or any crazy jumping jacks. But again, if you're not really doing too much heavy mobility activities, if you will, and you just want something that's gonna be comfortable around your hip or upper pocket area, this is going to lend itself well to your needs. So that's more or less going to wrap it up for the Vedder ComfortTuck. Again, made here in the United States, a 2-part construction with a leather backing and a Kydex front, if you will. Now, of course, you do get the full range of customization, whether that be colors or if you've got light bearing or optics mounted. Again, this is going to be an optic ready cut that's on this particular model that we're looking at here. But of course, Vedder is going to give you a wide variety of options. And again, they're going to suit over 250 carry pistol options. Okay, so chances are they've got what you need. I know when I was looking at this SD9, there weren't a lot of holsters that I found that were of any type of quality, right? And so to get something from Vedder, again, a very reputable brand made here in the United States, and they make quality stuff. Again, I've been using their stuff for quite a while, particularly on my SIG P365. So I can say that this is something that's going to give you some longevity, and it's going to be quality, especially at that $70 price point. Very hard to beat. So if you found this video educational, inspirational, or entertaining in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to ask that if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, leave a like and a comment, as it really does help to push these videos through the algorithm. With all that being said, I'm gone.